Yeah, let's get all the people from outside. Can you, good. Did I record? All right, so guys, we're gonna be reviewing for today and tomorrow for the test on Thursday. And today we're gonna focus our review on units 4 and 5. So percentages and, unit 4 was percentages, yeah. And then we're also gonna add in definitely some review of the earlier units too, because remember, you guys will always have a little bit of some cumulative section on your test. So 2 days of review this time. All right. So the first problem says find 30% of $700. And then B is express 15 minutes as a percentage of 1 hour. So let's go ahead and make sure we have a couple sections here. You can divide your slide up into two because these are two completely different problems. Find 30% of 700. How are we going to do that? Okay, tell me how to set it up, Mateo. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty easy, isn't it, you guys? Let's do some cross canceling. Let's cross cancel some zeros. What's my answer? What is it? Shout it out. 210 what? Dollars. Okay. All right. The next one uses the fractions. Remember how I gave you guys like a word fraction to help you set up some of these kinds of problems? It was is, as, or are over of. Okay. It says express 15 minutes as a percentage of an hour. All right, so I'm going to express 15 minutes as a percentage of 1 hour. Can I make a fraction with minutes and hours? What should I do first, do you think? Kendall? Yeah, let's do that. Change 1 hour to 60 minutes. Okay. All right. So what is my, so as is on top, as over of. So what goes on top and what goes on the bottom? Elijah. 15 over 60. Great job. Now it says percentage here. Guys, remember I have two ways I can figure out percentage. Either I can convert the denominator to a 100, right? And then whatever is on, whatever the numerator is, that's our percentage. Or I can multiply by 100 over 1 to get a percentage. Getting from 60 to 100, I could do some, math gymnastics there, or I could just shortcut it and go 100 over 1. So let's do that. Okay, go ahead and solve that. I bet you guys already know what it is because 15 out of 60 is pretty common percentage. Yeah, what is the answer? 25%. Great job. Okay. It's good to have some of those common ones memorized, like 1/4, right? 1/2, 3/4. Oh, algebra. Yes. All right. We love it. Okay. Letter A. Letter B. All right. Solve n over 3 equals 8. Oh, you guys already know what it is. I'm going to make you bar model it. Let's bar model it. Come on. You guys need to do this with me. Okay. N goes up here. N divided by 3 equals 8. So what's n, guys? 24. Good job. All right. B says solve n over 5 equals 7/20. Oh. Okay. Let's bar model it again. There's my n. N over 5 equals 7/20. Okay. I don't like where my n is. I'm going to fix it. Okay. How do I figure out what n is? Kala? Multiply by what? Do I have 7 units that n has been divided up into? By 5. Good. So I'm going to multiply 5 times 7/20. Oh, yay, we get to cross cancel. We haven't done that in a while. Okay, so n equals, once you have that mixed number, go ahead and raise your hand and tell me what that mixed number is going to be. Bastian? Great job. 1 3/4. Okay, so we started with 7/4 and we simplified to 1 3/4. Nice job. So on a problem like this, you guys, n over 5 equals 7/20, that wasn't immediately obvious to you what the answer was it? Like over here, when you did n divided by 3 equals 8, you're like, well, obviously n equals 24 because I'm gonna have to multiply by 3. So that's why I made you bar model it, because this way you can see, right here in this step, you can see I need to multiply 7/20 by 5. The way we could do that procedurally, if we want to just an algorithm, if I multiply both sides by the reciprocal, these would have cross canceled and I would have had n by myself, and n would have equaled, we would have cross canceled here. It equals the same thing, obviously. Okay. Find the ratio of the length of sides of the larger square to that of the smaller square. Find the ratio of the area of the larger square to the area of the smaller square. Okay, let's separate our slide again into A and B. All right, Anthony, do you have an idea for the first one? Okay, working with me, not ahead of me, but let's go ahead and do the first one. Tell me how to do the first one. Okay. Great job. 4-2. So we wanted larger to smaller. So we make sure we've got our numbers in the right positions, and that simplifies to 2-1. Great job. Well, how are you going to find the ratio of the area? Larger square area to smaller square area. Elin? Okay. Which is? Okay. Okay. Simplified, you get 4-1. Great job. So multiply the sides, 4 times 4, and the sides of the larger square and the sides of the smaller square. How are we doing with this pace, you guys? Give me a thermometer. That's confusing. Mixed emotions. Do you want me to go back over anything? Okay, we're all right so far? Okay. All right. Number 4A, find the ratio of A to P and B to Q. All right, let's find A. Here's A to P. Let's go ahead and write that down. We've got 3-6. What is A to P simplified, Elijah? 1-2. And then it wanted us to find B to Q. So there's my B and there's my Q. All right, what is the simplified ratio of B to Q? Kala? 1 to, yes, 1-2. I'm looking at the wrong number. Good job. All right, letter B says find the ratios of A to X and B to Y. Go ahead and raise your hand when you have both of those. Okay. All right, Nora, what's A to X? Is 1-2. Great job. 1-2. And how about B to Y, Nora? Keep going. Great job. So you started with 4-10 and you got 2-5. Okay, now I have a question for you guys. All right, which two rectangles are in proportion to one another? Which two rectangles are in proportion to one another? Charlie? The first and the last one. Let's see. If I look at the first and the last, so that's this one and this one, right? A to X is in the proportion, is in the ratio of 1-2, but these other two sides are in the ratio of 2-5. So that's not proportional. What else? It's the first one and the second one. Great job. And you know that because A to P is in the ratio of 1-2 and B to Q is 1-2. So those rectangles are proportionate. Any questions on that one? Okay. Sure? Doing okay with proportion? All right, awesome. Okay, more percentage. 5A. Okay, can somebody read this out loud for us? Go ahead, Elijah. Okay, the original price is 86. That's 100%. Calculate the sale price. what percentage should I solve for, you guys, if the discount is 20%? What's the percentage I'm actually going to solve for? Check it out. Everybody should be raising their hand right now. So is it this chunk right here, or is it this chunk right here? It's the what chunk? The big chunk? Oh, it's this chunk. Okay, that's super specific. Thank you. I need to solve for 80%. So I want to solve 80%. Oops, let's do this. 80 over 100 times 86 over 1. Go ahead and raise your hand when you have the answer. Aldo, what'd you get? I got $68. Nice job, $68.80. Great. Did anybody do that mental math? You could have. You could have. I did, because I didn't actually, I don't have my notes in front of me, but I did 8 times 8, right? Which is 64, plus 8 times 6, which is 48, but it's really 480 because we're going to be dividing by 10. So 64 plus 480, 6880. All right, now the cashier uses this calculator to find the sale price. He keys in 8/10 times $86. Why does his method work? Why does it work to just do 8/10 times 86? What do you think, Liam?
Because 8/10 is the same as the 8100.
Because 8/10 is the same as 8100. Great job. Is 8100. Okay, great. You guys ready to move on? No? Yes? Oh. Give you a second. I'm going to pull up my notes here. Okay. All right. Okay, this one we'll do together. The next one, you guys will do on your own. The next two. This one's hard. You guys want to do a hard one on your own? All right. I heard yes. Resume this. Okay, so we've got 54% of our student body is female. 46% of our student body is male. All right, so can we right now figure out how many females we have? Yes or no, class? Let's just tackle that little bit first. All right, so let's set that up. We're going to find 54% of 400 students. That's an easy enough problem, right? So we've got 54 times 4, which is, what is it? 216. Okay, so we know that we have 216 girls. Okay, now we can also, let's just go ahead and subtract 216 from 400 to figure out how many boys we have. Okay, so if we subtract 200 from 400, we get 200. Let's subtract another 16. So we get 100 and what, guys? 184 boys. Okay. All right, we have tackled the first part of the problem. Now it says 2/3 of the females wear spectacles. What is the ratio of the number of male students to the number of female students who do not wear spectacles? Do I actually care about how many girls actually wear glasses?
No.
No, I want to know how many girls don't wear glasses. So if 2/3 of the girls wear, you gotta love the word spectacles too, right? That's cool. Yeah, spectacles. How many thirds of the girls do not wear glasses? Ray? Okay, so let's find 1/3 of what? Of 216. We're finding 1/3 of the girls. Okay, I know I can divide 216 by 3, and it would be 72. All right, so 72 girls are unspectacled. They're unspectacled. All right. So we want to know the ratio of boys to girls without glasses. Do we have enough information to give a ratio now? All right, how many boys do I have, class? 184. How many girls do not wear glasses? 72. Does this look like a ratio I can probably simplify? Okay, let's go ahead and simplify it. I'm gonna just start by dividing by 2. Yeah, 184 divided by 2, 92, 2, 36. Okay, I can keep going. 46, wait a second, 92 divided by 2, yep, 46, 2, 18. I can do some more. I bet I could have divided by 8 before. Let's divide by 2 again, 23. I can't divide by 3. No, I can't divide 46 by 3. Yeah, can I divide 23 by 9 any further? Okay, so we're done. Was it that hard of a problem? So you guys, when you got this paragraph of word problem like you did right here, you need to break it down into chunks, friends. Guys, you need to take it one sentence at a time. Don't try to think about the entire problem necessarily, but think about it one thing at a time. Okay, why don't you go ahead and do the next one on your own. All right, so we've got a ratio of A to B and then B to C. And we really are going to have to find out how to compare all 3 of these terms. So in the first ratio, A to B is 5 to 4. So B has 4 units. But in the second ratio, B to C is 2 to 3. So how can I make B the same in both ratios? Ray? Times 2. Great job. Okay. So then we get B will equal 4, which is what we want, and C is going to equal 6. All right, so C has 6 units, and I'm going to go over here and fill in this bar model that I started making for the second part of the problem. We've got 5 to 4 to 6. All right, so it says, what is the perimeter of the triangle if the length is 10 centimeters? So remember, perimeter is all the way around, right, guys? Okay, where do I put that 10 centimeters on my bar model? It says length A is 10 centimeters. Where do I put the 10? Charlie? But you have a question? Okay. Okay, you can tell me after I finish, okay? So how many units equals 10, guys? 5 units equals 10 centimeters. You gave me the 1 unit. So what's 1 unit, folks? 2 centimeters. How many units do I need to solve for? All the units. So how many is all the units? Not 30. It's 5 plus 4 plus 6. 15. Okay, so we're going to solve for 15 units. 2 times 15. And you had the answer, Alex. You just gave it to me a little bit ahead of time. So what's the perimeter? 30 centimeters. How many of you had that? Yes, great job, you guys. Okay, Charlie, you want to share your way of solving it? Okay, so letter A says, what is the ratio of wins to the total number of rounds played? What did we get for an answer there? Give me the unsimplified ratio first and then the simplified one. Kendall. It was wins to total.
Oh,
Yeah, that's okay. 9 to 15, great job. And then simplified class, what is that?
35.
And to find that, you already had the wins, and so then you needed to total up all of the games, which equaled 15. So the second problem said, if they have played a total of 30 rounds, how many times have they won? So this is what we're looking for right here. All right. So we already know how many units we have. 15 units is 30. Okay, so if we divide both sides by 15, 1 unit equals 2. How many what's the question? How many times have they won? Mateo, nice job. Solve for 9 units, so that's 18 times. Woohoo, that's a long season, isn't it? Is it really? 82 games? Man, I'm kind of glad we don't have that kind of season in high school. Yes,
I had a different way of doing it.
okay, how did you do it?
So I just took the answer on A
Uh-huh,
and put it on the other one.
okay,
And then I like multiplied this by 6 and this by 6. And
Huh.
I got 18 to 30. And
interesting.
8 not 30.
So you found an equivalent ratio and then you picked the 18. Yeah, okay, that's super cool. So you used proportion in your answer in the way that you did it. That's awesome. Okay, I think that's the end of your notes. So you need some homework. Let me stop.